Hey everybody, hello. It is Sunday, September the 7th, 2025, and we're live. Yay. Hey, welcome everybody to Sunday Crafternoon with Dawn. I'm going to make sure I'm where I need to be. I believe I am. And as you guys find me in your news feed, go ahead and say hello and let me know where you're viewing from. Perfect. I'm where I need to be. That's great. Last week, for some reason, when I jumped on here, I could not read everybody's comments. It was the weirdest thing. And I really tried hard to catch everybody who pops on, just to say hello, that type of thing. Today's going to be all about fall, because we're feeling all the fall feels here in Northwest Michigan. So yeah, it's going to be fun. I love fall. I love, like, my absolute favorite catalog is the holiday book. Like, I love looking forward to the annual catalog, but the holiday book, that is the bomb diggity for me, for sure. Anyway, as you find me in your news feed, go ahead and say hello once again. And if you haven't already, please join my email newsletter. And the easiest way to do it is just to open up the camera on your smartphone, point it to the silly QR code. It reads it. It's so cool. And you just click on the link on your screen, and it will take you directly where you need to go to fill in your name, your email address, hit enter, and you're done. So it's like all of, I don't know, maybe a minute, honestly. Also, if you see anything that you would like to grab up, this is the information to go to my online store. If you have not already made an account with Stampin' Up! To shop with me, go ahead and go to stampinup.com and make an account. All you need is an email address and a password. Just make sure you remember your password, right? We have passwords for so much. But anyway, it's that easy. And then from there, you can go ahead and go shopping. And there's a great search bar in case you know of, for instance, an item number. Just punch it in and it'll take you right to it. It's become very user-friendly. They've done a lot with it, and I'm really pleased. So that's how you shop with me. But if you do have any questions, reach out to me either through Facebook, or for those of you who know how to contact me by phone, all that good stuff. You can get a hold of me there, and I can help you out. But I cannot handle others' credit cards anymore. Hey, Evelyn. Hello. Happy Sunday Crafternoon. Go Lions. I remembered. So anyway, also all the places where you can find me on social media. You find me here. Congratulations. If it was a happy accident, please make sure to follow my page. And I'm also on YouTube. So once we're done with these Facebook Lives, Facebook now deletes them after 30 days. So I go ahead, I upload them over to YouTube. And so my YouTube channel, I guess if you want to call it that, is Dawn's Creative Chalet, as is my blog, dawnscreativechalet.com. You can go there as well, and after every crafternoon that we do together, I go ahead, not only do I upload it to YouTube, I put it on my blog. Also on my blog are some great pictures of the projects that we've done each week. And there is a recipe list or supply list, recipe card, I call it, just the things that we've used for the projects. In case you have any questions, you can find that recipe card supply list after we're done here on Facebook Live up above, where you're viewing me right now, or once I upload it to YouTube, in the description area, you'll find that recipe card down below at the very bottom of the description of this video. And also there's a couple links in different places on my blog for the recipe card as well. So you know exactly what we've used on all the things, right? Sometimes when I throw out all these items at you guys, it can be a little confusing. Also, let's see here, Pinterest, of course. Follow me on Pinterest if you haven't done so already. And as far as some upcoming events, this Thursday, so if anybody else locally would like to come to class, This Thursday, we're having creative card class. It's going to be fall cards. We're getting the last of the fall cards before we kick it into gear with Christmas, which is actually going to be the end of this month. We're going to start Christmas. Anywho, creative card class this Thursday, September the 11th at 10 a.m. only. I have these other 2 times here. We're not going to do those because I'm going out of town right after class. I take off and I'm leaving for Okemos for a demonstrator event where there's going to be about 65 demonstrators all together hanging out for creative convention. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to make sure to share it with all of you, both in my group and on my Facebook page. So stay tuned for that. You'll see a lot of inspiration, a lot of creative ideas. Anyway, so I should go reverse. Anyway, so creative card class on this Thursday, September the 11th. If you would like to attend, make sure to let me know no later than tomorrow. I'm going to start cutting and prepping for that. And then at the end of the month, we have the product class. That includes designer series paper, ribbon or twine, and an embellishment. And this month is going to be Traditions of Christmas, that whole suite. It is beautiful. I'm really excited about that class, and that's going to be $45. And you'll need to make sure to RSVP with me by September the 11th, which is also this Thursday. And they're beautiful cards. You're not going to want to miss it. And the product that you do receive, you get to take home and duplicate what we make in class. Also, next Sunday, September the 14th, I'm going to be traveling home from Okemos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my Facebook Live to 7 p.m. It's going to feel really weird, isn't it? And I know for me it will be, doing something in the evening hours. But I don't want to miss you guys, because part of what we're doing today is the second part of a suite of product. And I kind of like to, keep it together. So anyway, next Sunday, September 14th, I'll be on at 7 p.m. So make sure to hop on by. I'll make sure to put in a reminder as well and send an email reminder out as well on that. And then on September 21st, there's not going to be a live as far as I know, because I'm going to be pretty busy and I'm not going to be able to pre-record something in advance. I need to take a quick trip to go visit my dad out of state. So, but on the 28th, back to normal. So I just want to remind you guys of that, just in case. I know I'm going to talk about it again next week, just so you know when I'm not going to be around, because I hate to have anybody think, oh, she's just willy-nilly. No, this is already pre-planned, and it has been for a couple of weeks. Also, the next Sip and Stamp will be on Friday, October 3rd. And then on October 4th, we have World Card Making Day. And I'm mentioning that because I believe I've done a post, but I think I might make another, both in my group and on my page, with the link to register for World Card Making Day. This is something that's a virtual event. It's only like an hour or 2 long and a lot of fun. And we're all celebrating card making worldwide. And I encourage those who are both customers and demonstrators to register for this event, because after the event, there's something that I guess Stampin' Up! Is going to do. And I don't know exactly what that is, but I always know it's something good. So even if you're going to watch with a group of people and you think, well, I don't need that link, because what they'll do is they'll email you the link directly once you register as it gets closer, like October 3rd or something like that. They'll send you a link. But even if you think, well, I don't need that link, no, go ahead and register. No matter what, just register, because I don't want you to miss out on whatever it is that they're teasing us with, right? So anyway, you can register now through October the 3rd. Okay. We're not going to go anymore. That's enough information, right? Too much information. Also, just to remind you guys, for any order that's $75 or more, you qualify for the Bundle of the Month video class. Here is just a sampling of one of the 16 cards that you will make with this bundle of the month video tutorial. There's 16 total projects with color photos and all the measurements. It's a great tutorial. So if you do place an order with me of a $75 minimum before shipping and tax, and after you take out Stampin' Rewards, if you choose to do so. So remember that when you're using your Stampin' Rewards to be able to qualify for this. I know there are some of you who are collecting these every single month. They are really cool. And one last thing to remind you guys, Paper Pumpkin, we can sign up by the 10th, so that's coming up pretty quick by Wednesday. If you would like to get the, I forgot what it's called, Fall for Toile. Fall for Toile, which coordinates with the Autumn Toile Suite that is in the holiday mini catalog. So if you're really digging fall like I do and feel all those fall feels, you know, I love fall. You'll want to make sure to subscribe and get this kit. And then there's last call. I believe these are still available for subscribers only. They're a set of dies that cover the last 3 months here of Paper Pumpkin. So there's some fun dies that you can get as a subscriber. So if you guys have any questions on that, let me know. Also, just again to remind you, I didn't print the whole thing, but this again is the recipe card, so to speak, with the helpful links that you might need. And it will also have the thumbnail photos of all the products that we're using today. All right, and we'll be posting that after the fact. Let's see. Put those somewhere so they don't go all over the floor. So, wow, how many of you have loved this catalog so far? Oh, I am just, like I said, fall's my jam. And I was also looking for, what did I just do with it? Oh, don't you love when something's on your table and then all of a sudden it just vanishes? Oh my gosh. Let me see here. Let me check something out. Maybe I put it back in my catalog. But there's other things that are going to spill out, so I'm trying to be really careful. Because if you guys are like me, I carry everything that has anything to do with the catalog in my catalog, but then it falls out like an avalanche every time I use it. But, I'm not finding it, so, okay. Anyway, so we're going to go to this beautiful collection. I can actually show you the pages now. I almost feel like I'm doing something wrong. I've been hiding it from you guys. So this collection here is gorgeous. Next week, we will work with, in the evening at 7 o'clock, we're going to work with the other part of it. But what we're going to play with today is Amber Autumn. And then next week, Autumn Leaves. Beautiful, beautiful. I love the designer series. Paper is gorgeous. And the pack of paper is a little different. They give you 4 different patterns, and they're double-sided, but they give you, I think, an extra of each than normal or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I can't count very well. That's okay. Also, we're going to show you this today. This looks like nothing in the catalog, but when you see it in person, it's beautiful. This last Thursday, I had a catalog kickoff, and I've decided to take a different approach with it and actually take the time to truly show some of the products that I have, that I love, that are both in this catalog and also online exclusives that you will not see in this book that are also just as amazing for fall and Christmas. And I heard, excuse me, several comments throughout the catalog kickoff of, I really didn't know that it was that pretty. I didn't think I liked as much in this catalog until you showed me more of this in person. So it's, you know, it's so hard to photograph this stuff and get a total grasp on exactly how it looks. You know what I mean? So anyway, we're going to play with this product. I'm super excited about it. I hope that you guys are too. I love fall. I welcome fall. I always say I just don't like what comes after fall because it seems like winter is like 6 months out of the year when you live in Michigan, especially near the lake. It's crazy. Okay, so where do I begin here? First of all, let's show you Amber Autumn up close and personal here. The sentiments are very sweet, very, very cozy, all the autumn feels, right? And then we have the dies that go with it. This one is so pretty. You just need to have, whoops, this one right here. You need to have a little patience because once you run it through, there are some of these little guys, I call them hanging chads. You remember those? Hey, Mary Jo. Where you need to poke those out and make sure they're all out because it's a very detailed die. Or if you have one of those brushes, or if you have your take your pick tool and have the, I don't have mine on here, but the little brush where you can go ahead and brush. Although with what we're working with today, with the, I think it's called bronze toned something or another specialty paper. Oh my gosh. Oh, darn. Anyway, that one might scratch it or not really scratch it. What I want to say, make indentations into it. So you have to be really careful. But anyway, so these are a lot of fun. So I like that we have standalone type little dies in this set. So they don't really coordinate, obviously, with anything that's in here, but they cut a gorgeous leaf and a little, I want to call this like wheat. And then these two match these two images here. All right, let's get going, shall we? So I have 3 cards. You may even recognize them because they are in the catalog. Because honestly, when I started to prep for weeks in advance for Facebook Lives, you know, sometimes I don't know about you guys, I have a hard time. I get a product, I'm really excited about it, but I don't know where to begin with it. So I always tell my customers, if you're not really sure where to start with it, whoops, that's upside down. Hello. Begin with taking the pictures that are in the catalog itself and just case them. Why not, right? And so that's what I was doing to get to be more familiar. So I'm going to move this out of the way here. To get familiar with the products. So first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this image right here. So have you guys had a good weekend? Let me know. What have you been up to? And I think someone else popped on along with Evelyn and Mary Jo, and I did not see, but hello, and I'm glad that you're here. Okay. We're going to stick this on here. Also, you know that paper that I was just telling you about? This is it. In fact, I have my cheat sheet. Last week, I forgot about doing a cheat sheet. Okay, this is called the Earthen Toned Metallic. Isn't that pretty? It's almost like bronzy, chocolatey. I don't know. Can you see my camera there? Hello. But I love it. It's gorgeous, and I love it for accents on a card. So we're going to use it as a layer, and then we're also going to do a little bit of background work just to give us a little extra something, right? So I'm going to use this acorn oak leaf. I'm assuming that's what that is. Oh, by the way, I should give you some measurements. That would help. This is Mossy Meadow, cut at 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And this is Very Vanilla, which is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to go ahead and put this inside the card just to get it out of the way. Okay, just like that. There we go. I always like to have I call it a liner inside the card. It just makes it a little bit more polished, and it's easier to write a recipient a little note, right? You write it on this dark paper, and it's like hard to read. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead, and I'm not really going to be concerned about the middle of this because it's going to be, let's see here, we'll go this route. It's going to be covered anyway. But this just gives it a little extra interest, I guess, if you want to call it that. Isn't that pretty, though? Even the tone-on-tone with the Mossy Meadow is beautiful. I'll go ahead and clean all that off before I get it all over my shirt. Okay, and then we have the bronzed Earthen toned metallic. I don't know why I want to keep on calling it bronze. Earth and toned metallic paper. This is 12 by 12 in size, by the way. So it will last you a long while. Hi, Lori. Happy Sunday, crafternoon. So the Earth and Tone Metallic is cut at 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. And then this designer series paper, there's the other side of it, so it looks familiar to you. This is cut at 3 by 4. And then we have some ribbon here. This stuff is kind of weird. I'm not sure. It's on a ribbon bolt, but it's almost like, I don't know, starched webbing or something. It's not the most friendly to make bows with on a card, to be honest with you, but to use it as an accent like we're going to do on this card, it's perfect for, and that's what I would mainly use it for. Okay, anyway, we're going to layer these together. Where did I put? Oh my gosh, I was saying, I just had this. It's going to be one of those days. Oh my gosh. And after I'm done with you guys, I get to stamp some more. That's going to be fun, isn't it? If I can't find anything for a live. Holy moly. All right. And we're going to go ahead and put this on our card front, just like so. Okay, so good so far, right? I really like this around the edge. I think that just looks a little more polished, right? And then what I've done in advance is I have cut the die out with this image once again. And I did use early espresso. I didn't think about the color. And then with that, I have grabbed several colors because we're going to be, I think, coloring another image here. Anyway, we really don't need that. We need Mossy Meadow. And let's see here, Crumb Cake. And I think we'll use the color Lifter just in case. And I think that's everything on this particular card. Now, I know that they say you're supposed to use Memento Black when you're using the alcohol-based inks. But I'm defying that, and I'm going to go against the grain. I hope that this has not dried out on me. I just ordered a new set of Mossy Meadow because mine were drying out. Always punch out the middle. See, I'm trying to read here. Oh, I always punch out the middle of my... Oh, foil. Yes, exactly. Good. And that's a good idea too, Lori. Sorry, I feel like I got like, I don't know, wonky eyes this morning or something. I don't know what the deal is. I think I'm just tired. Didn't sleep very well last night. I hate when that happens. All right. And my attempt at coloring in the lines, which is always not a good thing. I know some of you guys find it very relaxing. Me, I just kind of like, I hope I stay in the lines. Okay, there we go. So I'm using the lighter of the two in Mossy Meadow because Mossy Meadow is a really deep color. And I really wanted to be able to see the details, oh shoot, oh there we go, okay, I'm good, of the leaves. See, I just, especially with you guys watching, I'm just nervous. I'm not very good at this. Anyway, I didn't want to cover the detail of the leaves. You guys know what I was trying to say. Yeah, that thing, you know. Okay. And just playing a little with the darker color with the vines and the leaves. Just like so. Good enough, right? And I'm also going to take my color lifter and just a little. And you can see as long as you've let your ink dry as far as your classic ink pads and using them with the Stampin' Blend alcohol-based markers, you're fine. I There we go. Okay, I'm gonna lighten it up just a little bit so you can see where it's really showing more of the image there. And then I'm gonna take my crumb cake. This is the light crumb cake. And going to go ahead and color these acorns. You know, I have been finding acorns already on the ground. Isn't that a sign of a long winter or something? Anybody can verify that? But I just found it kind of weird that I was already finding them on the ground, both at my property and then the neighbors have a tree and it's been dropping acorns as well. There we go, the acorn tops, just like so. All right, I'm gonna do a little shadowing. I usually just follow whatever the artist did who made the stamps, right? And then I'm gonna blend that in with another layer of the light crumb cake. And I think we're good to go. As good as it's gonna get. Okay. So now we have that set to go. And then I have a piece, a piece here, which, actually I'm gonna use this one. I cut two, one of them looks smaller than the other. Let's see. I didn't really write the measurements on it, so we're gonna have to measure it. I've been really slacking lately. What's my deal? 3/4 of an inch. So about 2 by 3/4 of an inch. And this is very vanilla. And we're going to take our early espresso ink. Hey, Kathy. Hello. Happy Sunday afternoon. It's good to see you. Hope you've had a good weekend. And we're going to take thanks. And take this bugger off so I can use this. Oh, let's see here. There we go. getting situated here. Okay, there we go. This block is probably too big, so just be careful if you don't have a smaller block that you just tap lightly. You don't want to smoosh your stamp into the ink. So I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. Because otherwise you end up with a hot mess and it's just not necessary. It's just way too much ink. Be very, very gentle with your ink pads. Okay. You can always add more ink, but when you add too much ink, then it's like just a mess. Okay, now we can put the rest of this little bugger together. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, I need the weird ribbon stuff. I would say it's about 8 inches. I'm just going to kind of wing it. I'm going to do kind of a crossover like this. Take my scissors, and I can always trim it. I know some people are like, oh my gosh, she's so wasteful. You know, I buy products, you got to use them, right? Okay, so I'm going to take my seal. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive there to help me out. Oh my gosh, I feel like I got 3 thumbs today. What is up with me? And I think we'll put it on like so. Kind of sorty like ish. And then I'm going to grab this here and our dimensionals. Hi, Diana. Happy Sunday afternoon. Hope you're having a good weekend. Thanks for popping by. Okay, there we go. And I got an extra, so I'm going to put it there. Don't let me forget. I can walk around for hours with these things on and never know it. I'm so used to doing that. Like, this is my dimensionals palette right here, the top of my hand. Do you guys do that? You grab one too many, and you think, well, I'm going to use it in a couple minutes, so I'll just stick it on my hand. Sometimes it become a permanent fixture all day for me, and I'm not even realizing it. Okay, we're going to put that there. And then for this sentiment, I think what I'm going to do just like the other. We're going to cut it at an angle with our paper snips. Whoops. So you guys can kind of see. There we are. And then I'm just going to stick it on with a little bit of liquid glue. Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue. Maybe. There we go. Now say I just filled that bottle. It can't be empty already. Because I'm going in a couple days and I need my liquid glue, so I was filling them. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and just trim these little guys, make them look a little more finished without trimming my fingers. There we go. All right, so that's card number 1. Love it, love it, love it. Hi, Dana. How are you? Happy Sunday crafternoon. Okay, let's go ahead, grab for card number 2. This designer series paper is so pretty. The only one that I really was having a hard time using until I used it with this die, there's a pattern that is Cajun Craze, and it has a picture of a fox in it, I believe. At least it looks to me like a fox. Maybe it doesn't. Laugh at me. I don't care. Oh, yeah, I forgot the bling, didn't I? Did I even grab the bling? That's the other question. You know what? I don't think I even grabbed it, Evelyn. Let me see if I can find it real quick. If not, we'll have to add it later. You know what? These aren't quite the same, but they're close. These are the streaked dots. But the one that goes with the suite, supposedly, but these do too, are the, I think it's Cajun Craze and Gold. Cajun Craze and Gold. And they're really pretty dots too. But I tell you what, let's bring back this guy. We're going to bling him up. Because, you know, it really isn't anything until you put some pretties on it, right? It's always those little tiny details. Whoops, and grab another. Get over here, little guy. There we go. Oh, okay, now it's complete. There we are. But these are kind of pretty as well. And they go. They match. Okay, card number 2. So, yeah, I thought that this looked really cool using that leaf die that's in this bundle and that paper that has the fox in it, because it just, I don't know, it's kind of fun. So make sure to use your DSP with your dies. And speaking of that, I also ran through this pattern that's on the back, that pretty pumpkin pattern. Isn't that gorgeous? With my stylish shapes for our sentiment. And then we have, oh, I love this one too so much. So pretty. Oh my goodness. It's almost, you almost hate to cut into it, but you know what? You'd be doing a disservice if you don't use your paper. So cut your paper. Seriously, just cut it. Don't think about it. Just cut it. Anyway, this is very vanilla, which I don't use too often for my card base because we don't have thick, very vanilla anymore. And sometimes it's a little more flimsy and the card will flap and fall. But anyway, I just felt like it was just a really good match with what we were going to do today. And this is what I believe Stampin' Up! Used on their sample card. So we're going to do the same. So anyway, I cut the very vanilla at 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. I didn't even put a liner inside, but you could, just to make it a little more stable, I guess. And then our designer series paper is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to go ahead and add this, maybe. Come on, there we go. I think I'm shaking the table. Sorry about that. Get you guys all seasick. Okay, there we go. And then we have these 2 strips. This is the other side of that same pattern of paper. I cut these at 2 inches wide and right about 4 1/2. Now I have an old punch that is retired. I don't know if you guys have it. I'll show it to you. And And the reason why I'm showing it to you is because I almost forgot that I had mine. But if you guys recall this one, and it has that little gutter for 1 inch, 1.25, or let's see, 1 inch, 1.5, I think, and 2 inches. So up to 2 inches wide. And then it makes dovetails for you. Because I find when I do it on my own, not that it's really hard, but I don't know. I always end up with one tail looking crooked, then the other side looks great. Then you try to continue to fix it, and then you end up with a piece that was this long, and now it's this long. Now you have to start over. Anybody ever do that? But anyway, so this is... I don't even remember what they called this. I didn't put the name on this one. That's before I was better, before I started labeling everything other than just putting my name on stuff. But anyway, I still use this. I've kept it. I love it. Otherwise, you can just do it, you know, the other way. Just take your snips and snip it. I'm going to stick these on. So I've cut 2 of them. And we're just going to layer them. Right about here. That looks good. And then another about here-ish. Yeah, that looks good. There we go. And then I need a sentiment. We're going to use Autumn Wishes. Oh, I see something else I forgot too. I forgot. I can grab it right now. It'll take me 2 seconds. Okay, yes, this right here. For some reason, I didn't make a bow, which is really weird. I tell ya. Anyway, I'm just rambling. Don't mind me. We're going to go ahead and put the sentiment on this circle of Designer Series paper. And let's see here, we'll put it right about there. That looks pretty. Oops. I always have a habit of cleaning them off right away because there's been too many times where I didn't, and I end up with ink on my clothes, which makes me very sad. Okay, we're going to go ahead and attach this with dimensionals. Oops. We'll stick him there. We don't want him to be alone. Poor thing. Okay. Now he's not going to stick just because he's been on my hand. Sure. All right. There we go. And place this right like so. And then I cut out, like I said, 2 of the leaves with that die in the set. I'll show you again so you can see what I'm talking about. So it's this one right here. And then I also cut out a couple of them in Mossy Meadow cardstock. So I think what I'll do is I'll use my liquid glue. And honestly, you don't need much of this stuff. This multi-purpose liquid glue it's good. Excuse me. I also don't have a tickle in my throat. Awesome. Oh, goodness. Okay, I'm going to put that one about there. And this one about here. Oh, goodness sakes. Oh, sure. Now it's all going to stick to my fingers. Liquid glue, once it's on your hands, I tell you, it's always fun with all these little pieces that you work with, right? Oh my gosh. Do you use yours too, Kathy? Yeah, I love it. I think it's a great punch. Okay, all right. I'm so skimpy on my blue with these little pieces that sometimes at first they just don't want to adhere to the paper. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to make a bow together. I used to make bows with the old, what do they call it, rabbit ears. But I got this little guy, so if you find something similar in the store, they're very, very handy. This is Old Olive and Early Espresso, and we're going to use the Early Espresso. And I'm going to do a double bow on this one. That'll be fun. There you go. Just like that. Trim the tails, because I like long tails on my bows. And bring back my bling. Whoops. There we go. And a mini glue dot for my bow. Whoops. Okay. I'm going to put the bow, I guess right about there. That looks good. And then our pretty little embellishment. Come here, little guy. Oh my word. I think maybe I need the spatula thingy instead of the little pointy pokey tool, I call it. Did you guys ever know, for those of you who bought this, that there's another little tool that hides inside? I think that's so cool. It's like a secret tool or something. Okay. Whoops. Oh my gosh. I'm getting crazy over here. All right, so that's card number 2. And what do you guys think of that one? So far, between the 2 cards, which one do you guys like more? We have one more to do, so there's 1 and 2. Kind of like taking an eye test, right? Okay, last card. We're on the home stretch. So this one, again, is using that beautiful shiny paper that's called earthen toned paper. Isn't that pretty? So I've already run it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I've also stamped, actually I've embossed it. I embossed this in like the bronze wow embossing powder and then using my heat tool. Isn't that pretty in itself? I mean, you don't even have to color it. In fact, maybe we won't. We'll see what it looks like once it all kind of comes together. Hey, Lisa. Hi there. Happy Sunday. Crafternoon. Okay, so this is the other little die that I cut. This was with Basic Beige. And then I have some Very Vanilla cardstock for my sentiment. I also, with the piece that I did heat emboss in advance, used Very Vanilla for my base. And there's that earthen toned. Isn't that gorgeous? But see what I mean about the detail in that? If you don't have take your pick tool, or as I call it, the pokey tool, to get all that little stuff out, it's going to be a chore otherwise, or the brush that you can run over it. But like I said, be careful, because as it is, I have old plates on my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I'll show you. You'll see what I mean. So when your plates get like this, it can actually indent into this when you're cutting it. So you might even be able to see, well, it's not too bad on this, but a little bit. So if you're using like the silver, the gold, or this stuff, just be cautious of that. Or if you wonder what is going on, it's usually because you need to change your plates on your die cut machine. Oh, thanks, Lori. Isn't it beautiful? I just love it. It's very, very cool. And I think this is the most that I've used from a specialty paper like this in a long time. Usually I buy the stuff like silver and gold and I rarely use it. But this stuff, oh yeah. And it goes great with the designer paper and all the things, right? Okay, so why did I have this in here? Maybe I was going to do another card. That does not belong there. Okay, back to our card. Mossy Meadow, 8.5 by 5.5, and scored at 4 1/4. And then we have our liner, our piece for the inside here, which is 4 by 5 1/4, and it is Very Vanilla. Again, this is a color I haven't used in quite some time, but there's a lot of that vanilla background in the designer series paper. So again, I'm using colors I haven't used in a while. I don't even use Mossy Meadow much because it's so dark and it's not really one of the colors I would choose to work with. But with this whole suite, it's just gorgeous. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our liquid glue and carefully, in fact, I can already see some other pieces I didn't pop out, but you know what? It's good. It's good enough. Because I'm lazy. I tell you guys that all the time. I know you guys laugh, but I'm telling you the truth. I really am. With my card making, it's like I love pretty things, but I just don't want it to take me long. Okay. Yeah, looks good. Looks good, looks good. We're going to go ahead and hopefully, whoops, put that on there straight. I got glue on my hands, so it's sticking to me. Lovely. Oh, isn't that pretty? But it is really pretty. Love that. Okay. So then I have a piece of designer series paper, and this is cut at 4 1/4 by 1 inch. And we're just gonna put it right on top. Oh no, we're gonna cover part of that. It's okay. It's all good. And go right about there. And then we're gonna take more of that weird ribbon. I don't know why it just has a strange texture to me. I'm gonna cut it at an angle there so it'll look a little more finished. And I'm just gonna kind of wing it. So I'm gonna put some seal on the back of this so it helps it to stay in place. Otherwise it's gonna go all over and then I'm gonna be not so happy. Okay, and we'll put another piece of seal there. And then we'll go this direction. And hopefully, nope, there's not enough seal on that. Do it again, baby. And just remember, we're not going to see this ugly part right here anyway. We're going to cover it. So that's a good thing. All right. I'm going to go that route with it. A little bit different than the other, but that's all right. We got this. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it pretty enough not to color? I'm going to let you guys vote. So go ahead. Put the fingers on the keyboard. And let me know, should we color this? I mean, we can, it's not a big deal, but or do you think it's just as nice without the coloring? I know you guys are late to me just slightly, so I'll give you a couple seconds. And then while you're voting on that, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the sentiment, grateful for you. This little guy. And, excuse me, oh my goodness. We're going to use Early Espresso ink. Lori says, color it. Anybody else? I'm going to wait here. See who else has a vote. Evelyn says, color. You guys just want to see me color. That's it. No. It's all good. I'm happy to do so. That means I get to hang out with you even a little bit longer. All right. So we'll go ahead. We'll color. Oh my gosh. I have the dropsies today, as I call it. All right. We'll go ahead. I have the blends out so we can do a little bit of coloring. There we go. Okay, let's grab them. I'm going to set this aside for now. We'll take care of that in a little bit. And we will do some coloring. So I have pumpkin pie, Cajun craze, and this is Darling Duckling, one of our new in colors. And we'll bring back Mossy Meadow, and also, let's see, what else? We'll bring back Crumb Cake as well, just in case. Do you love to color? We would make a good team. You could sit next to me and I could do the other stuff and then you could color. No, I just don't feel like I'm really good at it. But the cool thing is that I've embossed this. It helps you stay in the lines because it gives you that little bit of a texture in there. So it kind of keeps you within the road, so to speak. So that's a good thing. So we're going to go ahead, and this is the light pumpkin pie. And we're going to color the squash first. There's the squash. I love squash, especially butternut squash. Yum. That sounds really good right about now. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the light color of the Cajun craze and color the pumpkin. The big pumpkin, that is. Whoops, I don't want to color that. That's the leaf. And we'll go on the outside. There we go. Keep me within those lines. So pretty. Okay, there's that. And I think we'll even use a little bit of the darker for the shading. And then I'll come back with the lighter color again, blend it in. Every time I do this, when I'm coloring with you guys, you know who I think of? What was Bob Ross? Wasn't that the guy? And people would sit and watch him on PBS television and watch him paint. I always found that quite relaxing. Do you guys find it relaxing to watch other people color? Or would you rather be the one who's in control? Let's see. We're going to lift it just a little bit. I don't want to get rid of all the detail. And then for the other pumpkin, I'm using the light Mossy Meadow. You know what would also be pretty is soft sea foam, because that's a nice light green, which would be very pretty as well. I should have grabbed that one. Okay, there we are. And then I'm just going to do a little bit, not a lot, put a little of shading. There we are. And again, blend with my light. Yes, you do find it? Well, good, good. And then I'm going to use my color lifter because I always have a tendency to use too much. And so this will lighten it up just a little bit. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. Not too shabby for someone who doesn't like the color, right? And then for the corn, we're going to use, oh my gosh, Darling Duckling. I don't know why I have such a hard time remembering the name of this new yellow. Darling Duckling. One of our new in colors. And then, let's see, I'm going to use, no, what should I use? We're going to use Crumb Cake. And this is the light Crumb Cake for the leaf. I don't know what I used on the original. But anyway. These are going to be like dried out leaves. Very fall leaves. Maybe with a little touch of green in them. Why not? Just to say we did, right? like that. And then color lift a little. There we go. All right, perfect. I think we got it all. Yay. What do you guys think? I don't know. It'll look better once it's on the card, right? Okay, so bring back our card base. And excuse me. Gosh, I got like this weird tickle in my throat. It's driving me crazy. I'm going to go ahead and put this on with dimensionals. Whoops. I don't want to get too crazy with them because I have these little critters we're going to stick behind. And I always like to do that after I've put on the piece with dimensionals, because then I can stick them from underneath because there's that little bit of a gap in there. Okay, let's see. There we go. Thank you. I was really nervous, you guys. I was kind of sweating, to tell you the truth. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope this doesn't come out like mud. I have somebody watching me. Okay, you're awesome. Thank you, Lori. You're so sweet. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to stick one of these here. And another leaf. Let's see, I think we'll put this one right about here-ish. And then this little, I guess he's wheat. This wheat wispy thing. And we'll put that over this direction. Oh, that's pretty. And then the Grateful for You, I want to go ahead and trim it again with my scissors. And I did put this on with dimensional. So I think what I'm going to do is just put a dimensional on the back of one side, on the right side, because we want to make sure that it's not, I don't know what you want to call it, other than kitty wampus. That's what I always call it, kitty wampus. So it's level. That's the word I should be using. So it's level on the card and doesn't have this weird kind of a uneven appearance. Okay, we're going to put that on there like so. And as Evelyn would say, don't forget the bling. And we're going to go ahead and put some of these on there. Just because it'll look even cooler. Is that a word? Cooler? Cooler. All right, we'll put one here and one down there. Okay. So that is card number 3 and our final card. Holy smokes, that went by fast. I'm going to bring back the other 2 cards. So there's this one and that one. And this one here. I don't know, what do you guys think? Like I said, it's always better. And I know this is a little bit better, but actually seeing it in person, like actually touching, feeling, seeing is even better yet. But this in particular, this bronze toned, what is it called again? Earthen toned. Oh my gosh, Dawn, get bronze out of your brain. Keep wanting to call it bronze paper because it kind of is. But this earthen toned paper is so cool. But yet in the catalog, looks flat, right? It just doesn't look like much. Oh, thank you so much, you guys. Thanks, Lori. So, yeah, once again, if you haven't grabbed up any of the fall stuff and you've been eyeing it and not real sure about it, I appreciate your orders. And once again, if you reach that $75 minimum before shipping tax and after you've used your Stampin' Rewards, you'll qualify for the bundle of the month, which for this month is Painterly Pears, which is another beautiful suite of product. All right, guys, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I hope you have a really good week. And remember, next week, I will be on late at 7 o'clock Eastern time. If something does come up where I'm unable to make it, I will certainly post and let you know if I've just run late. But I'll be driving home from Okemos, Michigan during the 1 o'clock hour. So we're bumping it to 7 o'clock. So I'm hoping that that works out now that I've announced it. But yeah, it'll be the other part of the suite of products. So we'll be working with those autumn trees, which is also very gorgeous. Have a great week, everybody. And thanks again for being here. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.